So this is the factory seal box of 2012 champions. What they've done this year, Select, is a different packaging, a different shaped box. Same old system of theirs, but you've got your factory seal on them, plastic seal, and you've also got your little sticker which numbers the box on the inside there. In every case you're getting 12 of these boxes, and yeah, so they're quite nice packaging, quite colourful, love the red and everything, and they come up quite nicely. So yeah, they're very good. Now in every box you've got the 36 packets. Now these are the packets here, quite nice looking packaging. Come up really good, really distinctive in the red for the AFL. Now big difference this year with these, the packets, if you have a look at our other YouTube video, our box break, packets are really easy to open. In previous seasons I think they've gone wrong. Select with some of their packaging where it's been hard to open and you had a lot of damaged cards. These packs really easy to crack open, similar to the second series last year, very easy to crack the packets open, so which leads to very little damage. So I think overall the packaging for this year's 2012 AFL Champions is a success. Okay, we're going to run you through a quick product review of the 2012 AFL Champions, just released in March 2012. Now here we've got the checklist cards. Now the common set is 216 common cards. You've got the 18 teams in the competition this year with the inclusion of GWS, and you've also got the 4 checklist cards, which makes up a 220 card set. We cracked open a box. You'll see our box break on one of our other YouTube videos. Out of that box we pulled up a full set. So this year, as opposed to last season's champions, you are getting an even number of cards in your boxes, and you will pull out a full set. So that there is the checklist card, nice bright red, and you've got 4 of those. So that gives you a bit of a view of those checklist cards. Nice simple checklist card. Now your common cards, each team has your 12 cards, which includes a logo card. We've got the logo card in the first series this year. Now these logo cards are quite nice. Just run you through a few of them. You've got the Cats there, Gold Coast Suns in their second season, their logo card. Essendon, Collingwood, Carlton, Brisbane Lions, and Adelaide Crows. So obviously we've got one of those for each team. On the back of those cards has the checklist for the full 12 cards for each team. So they're a nice looking logo card. Now the common cards this year are a bit more like the Series 2 style card. We've got a player with a different sort of background on them. They're not actually a photograph with a game shot. Different people have different opinions on this. I actually quite like the cards like this. They come up nice for autographing them. So they're quite a nice card. On the back, similar design to the checklist card, and you've got your usual player profile information on the back of them. Now one thing I did notice about this year's Champions common cards is, if you have a look in the corner there, they actually don't have champions in the logo. Normally they have Select 2012 Champions or 2011 Champions. This year it's just Select 2012. I don't know what's going on there, whether they weren't sure of the name of the product when they come up with the designs or anything. But yeah, just something a little bit different. I wonder what's going on. So I'll run you through a few of the common cards here. Nick Nat-Nui, Dyson Heppell, the rising star from last year. So you've got a good selection of players. You've obviously got Gold Coast Suns in their second season. There's a Jared Brennan one. David Swallow in his second season, the #1 draft pick. Gary Ablett up at the Gold Coast Suns there. Lance Franklin. So there's plenty of big name players in this set. Cyril Rioli there as well. Luke Hodge just went through. Chris Judd. Mark Murphy. Dane Swan. So it goes on. Scott Pendlebury. Dale Thomas. So that's just a bit of a view of a few of the teams there. Now also, this season you've got the first cards for GWS, Greater Western Sydney Giants. So that's their logo card there. And the interesting inclusion of Israel Folau, the convert from Rugby League, his first card in AFL. Now obviously with these they're not action shots, they're just head shots, but they come up quite nice with the colouring in the background. So they're a nice looking card. And there's Luke Power, just to give you an idea of a couple of the Greater Western Sydney cards. Now also you'll find with these cards too, they are a thicker quality card and a better finish to them than previous season's champions. I think Select may have changed over who they had printing these to the company that did Infinity Series 2 last year, who did a good job. Had very few cards come out that have been damaged out of packets. So overall, I think the common cards for this year's 2012 champions are a success. Now the first insert for this series is the milestone foil cards. These are found 1 in 6 packets. Now they're a basic cardboard card with a foil emboss on them of all the details, just giving them some sort of like an official feel, like a stamped feel to them. So they're a nice looking card. Now in those you've got 74 in the set. There's 4 different versions. You've got your bronze version, which is the one here, which is 100 games. So we'll run you through just a couple of samples of those. You've got this one here is Patrick Ryder from Essendon. So this is the bronze version. Bryce Gibbs from Carlton, 100 games. And Matthew Stokes from Geelong. So that's the bronze version. Then you've got the 150 games version, which is the silver version, which is a different look again. This one here is Adam Selwood from the West Coast. So these are the silver ones, 150. Brett Delidio. So there's a nice selection of players through this set, and it gives a little bit of reward to some of these players with the game milestones that they've reached. Aaron Davey from Melbourne Demons, and Daniel Harris in a Gold Coast Suns uniform, but obviously he didn't play a lot of those 150 games with the Gold Coast Suns. And now on the back of these cards, they're a nice looking card with the logo and stats to do with their game achievements. So then we go through to the gold version of these. Now there's some great players in this gold list. Here you got Nick Rewalt. This is the 200 games. You got Gary Ablett, 200 games in a Gold Coast Suns uniform. Once again, played the majority with Geelong. Corey Enright, 200 games. And Chris Judd, 200 games. So a nice selection in the gold. And then you've got the least common of them, the platinum version. Now these got a nice refractor looking finish to the stamp foil on them. This one here is Matthew Scarlett, 250 games. And you've got Chris Tarrant, 250 games there. So these are a nice insert, found 1 in 6. I think being such a large set, they're going to be highly sought after a while. But yeah, they've come up a nice card. Next insert in this series is the Rising Stars. Now they've done the Rising Stars this year in a foil card. They've got a really nice finish to them, different colours for the different teams in the background. They come up quite nice. This one here, Dyson Heppel, obviously, Rising Star in the first round, and the Rising Star, NAB Rising Star for the year. So nice looking card. On the back there you've got the players' information and players' stats in the same colouring. So these have come up nice. Now these were 1 in 12 packets, so you're getting 3 of these in every box. And in the set you've got the 24 rounds, the 24 NAB Rising Star cards. Now a great selection of players from last year, and we'll just run you through a few of these. Show you the different colours. So obviously you've got Dyson Heppel there, Reece Conker from Richmond, Andrew Gaff, I think that is, no, Luke Shuey from West Coast, that's got a blue background on it. You've got quite a few Geelong guys in here, Mitch Duncan with the blue background, Jasper Pittard from Port Adelaide. Come to the Gold Coast Suns ones. I quite like these Gold Coast Suns ones in this set because they have a reddy orange background. They really stand out as a card, so they're a nice looking card. That's Brandon Matera, Jack Darling from West Coast, big player to collect. Zach Smith from the Gold Coast Suns, and a brown sort of background there for the Hawthorn for Shane Savage. So the list goes on, some nice players in this. Jack Stephen from St Kilda. Now the only thing I can say with these cards is we get all our cards straight from the packets into top loaders. Pretty important to do this with these ones. I think being a foil card, the edges and the foil on them could damage quite easily if they're not looked after properly. So in the long run I think these cards will hold some value. I think there'll be quite a few damaged cards and lost cards in amongst this, the ones that aren't cared for. But yeah, it's very important to make sure that they are looked after well. Most of ours came out of packets in perfect condition. There was the odd one that we got out that had a little bit of foil damage to the corners, but overall they came out quite nice. Now the other thing with these Rising Stars also is in every pack that you received a Rising Star, you also received a sticker, a laser sticker card. So you're getting 2 hits in the pack, which is quite nice. So that's the Rising Stars. Overall I think they are a success as an insert. We'll just have to see what sort of value they hold. Now the next insert in this 2012 AFL Champions is the Best and Fairest card. Now they've done these as a, they call it a holochrome. It's like a refractor effect, which you get the nice coloured shining on the front of the card. Nice finish to them. Now obviously there is 17 of these cards in the collection for the 17 teams that were in the AFL last year. Greater Western Sydney obviously don't have one, not being in the comp last year. So you've got a nice selection of best and fairest players through this set. We'll run you through a few of them. There's Mark Murphy for Carlton, Adam Goods for Sydney, so those cards come up really, really nice. Trent Cotchin for Richmond. You have a look on the back, similar design on the back of them. Nice distinctive colouring for the teams. Really like these cards. I think they've come up really, really nice. They're a good quality card, and I have had no damage problems with them at all. Also, you've got your couple of teams there which had the 2 players. You've got Port Adelaide one there with the 2 players on there. Travis Boak and Jackson Trengrove. And North Melbourne, Andrew Swallow and Daniel Wells. I think you might have found last year's Best and Fairest had 2 North Melbournes on it as well. They can't split the players. You've got Sam Mitchell there from Hawthorn. Probably the highlight for me in the set. The Gary Ablett one from the Suns. Really nice looking card. Come up really, really nice with the player bursting out of the refractor background. And Scott Pendlebury from Collingwood. So these cards overall I think are a success, and the refractor holochrome effect looks very nice on them. Now these best and fairest cards, you're getting 2 of these in every box. They're found 1 in every 18 packets. So you're getting 2 of those per box, and out of a case you're pulling 24 of them. So you're getting well and truly a full set out of a case. Now the next insert in the set is the 1 per box insert, 1 in 36 packets. It's called the Club Trio. Now AFL Club Trio mirror cards they're called. A new effect for Australian sports trading cards. I think it's been used overseas on some sets over there. They're actually a plastic type card. They've got rounded corners on them, and they have a mirrored effect, almost like glass. I'll just pull this one aside here, see if we can get the effect for you. Carlton one there. So on the front, they have the players in one position there with the square glassed effect, and on the back they have the reverse of them, and it almost looks like the back side of the glass, a bubbled sort of effect on it. So hopefully you're picking that up there. If not, it's a little bit hard to show these cards. Now they're a sideways card, these ones. Now you're getting they're called the Club Trios because you're getting the 3 players on each card. You've got some great selection of players in this set. Obviously this Carlton one here, you've got Mark Murphy, Chris Judd and Bryce Gibbs. So as I said, 17 in the set, 1 for every team except for Greater Western Sydney. They're a nice hardy card, getting 1 of these per box. So I'll just run you through a few of them. You've got Geelong there, so a great selection of players on that. You've got your West Coast Eagles, Nick Nat-Nui on that one. We've got Essendon, and the Essendon one has Dyson Heppel on the card there for all the Heppel collectors. Collingwood, obviously big selection of players there, Pendlebury, Thomas and Dane Swan. The Gold Coast one there, you've got Brennan Swallow and Ablett on that. So obviously these cards are in slightly different colouring for each team too. You can see with the Gold Coast one there that's got a red sort of effect to it, which gives you a different sort of view on the trio cards. So overall these are quite nice. I was probably slightly disappointed with them as the mirror effect, but they are a nice selection of players on the card, and you're getting one of those per box, so out of a case you're only getting 12, so you're not getting a full set, so they will be a little bit hard to find because there's 17 in the set. Now the final card that you're pulling out of packets in this 2012 AFL Champions is the instant win redemption cards. Now stated on the odds with these, they're 1 in every 72 packets. You've got two different versions, a blue and a red. The blue one redeems you 3 of these 3D Screamers cards. Now I don't have any of those cards on hand at the moment because Select haven't produced those yet. When you send your redemption card into Select, as per the instructions on the back of the card, those cards will be sent out to you. Now as I said, these are 1 in every 72 packets. The blue ones redeem 3 of the Screamers. The red ones redeem the full set of the 12 Screamer cards. Now, on those 1 in 72 odds, it didn't state how often you would get a red one. We've found out from Select later on there's only 500 of those produced, so they are not very common and they are hard to come by. We've cracked open a few cases and haven't got a red one, so I haven't got a red one here to show you, unfortunately. Now on the back of these, it gives you instructions on how to redeem. It also runs you through the 12 cards you can choose from in the 3D Screamers. These 3D Screamers cards could be quite fantastic, not sure, but I'm sure the selection of players on them are great. You've got Andrew Walker, Alex Fasalo, Andrew Cracker, Dale Thomas, Patrick Ryder. Go through the players here. You've got some great Nick Nui, Adam Goods. These are all the 12 best marks from last season. There were some fantastic marks taken last season, so these should be great cards. The 3D effect sounds interesting too. Like I said, with these you can choose 3 out of those 12 for yourself with a blue redemption card, and the other one is the red redemption card, which gets you all 12, the full set. Now with this Champions release this year, we've got a completely new innovative parallel set style. What you actually end up with is 2 sets of parallel cards, all coming out of the one card. Now they're what they call is a DIY laser sticker and peel and reveal card, so you're getting 2 cards out of this. This one here is your Luke Hodge. Now you're getting those 2 in every 3 packets. Interesting odds. What you're picking up is basically 24 in every box of these. So they're a nice looking card. Now on the back of that you'll have a different card, which is the gold card. In this case it's the Adelaide Crows. So you're getting your 2 different cards there. We'll just quickly run you through shortly how they work. And also in the packet, when you get one of those, you're getting the frame to stick your front sticker onto. By laser sticker and gold cards combined are a parallel card, so you're getting 1 for every common card. So obviously you've got the team logo cards as well. You have that in both the gold and the laser sticker version. And also you've got 1 for every player. So an example there, you've got Jimmy Bartels laser sticker and the Cats laser sticker. Now an example of how this all works is, here's the card you will pull out of the packet. Now in this case it's the Gold Coast Suns laser sticker, and on the front, on the back, you've got a gold card, which is a Melbourne Demons gold card, and you'll also receive in that same packet your frame to stick your card into, your sticker. So when you go through this process of pulling them apart, you'll end up with your gold card, which is a completely different parallel set. This is GC 124 for Melbourne Demons. And then you'll take that sticker, stick it into the frame, and you'll end up with your sticker card, which in this case the Gold Coast Suns logo, which is SS85. Now every single card, when they come out of a packet, like that, thus, has a different card on the back of the sticker. So the Gold Coast Suns one has a Melbourne Demons one on the back. So in order to make up your sets, you've got to collect the different cards. Now we've gone through the whole process of peeling off all the stickers and creating sets of the golds and the laser stickers in their frames. If you go to GameDayTradingCards.com, the new version launching on the 2nd of April, you'll find on the product review for the 2012 Champions, we've created a PDF, a complete list of how all the cards match up. So if you only want to collect one set out of the two, or you want to collect your team, you'll know which cards you need to collect to get your gold cards on the back of the laser stickers. So just to run you through a sample of how these parallel cards work and what you end up with. Here we got the Gold Coast Suns laser sticker peeled off from the original card in a frame, and then you've got your Gold Coast Suns gold card. Obviously they've come off two completely different cards, but that's your two different types of parallel sets you're collecting. Patrick Dangerfield from Adelaide in a sticker, Patrick Dangerfield in a gold card. So they're two completely different cards. Quite an interesting innovation. A little bit confusing to start off with, but it's pretty basic. Basically what you're getting is your two different parallel sets out of the one card. You just got to work out which cards you need to collect. You've got your Chris Judd there in a sticker, and you've got your Chris Judd in a gold card. Liam Jarrah in a sticker, Liam Jarrah in a gold card, and as it goes on. Now, as I said, we've actually got a full list on GameDayTradingCards.com of how the cards match up, so you'll know which laser stickers you need to collect in order to pull your gold card from the back. We'll also be selling full sets of the different two types on eBay. Now, the sticker cards, when you peel them off from the gold cards, they actually come off quite easily, quite easy to do, and they're quite hardy. Then you've just got to make an effort to try and line them up and put them in your frame, which isn't too hard to do. I'm not the most craft-minded person and the best at sticking things all together, but it was quite easy for myself to do, so anyone can do it. So just run you through a sample of a full gold card set. West Coast, you've got the West Coast logo, and then you've obviously got your 11 players in the gold cards. They come up quite nice as a set. Run through those. Quite a nice set of cards. And you've got some big name players in amongst some of these sets, which makes them nice to collect. There's probably your biggest for West Coast, Nick Naitanui, as his gold card. So they're a nice card to collect, and you've got 12 cards for each team. Also quickly run you through a full team of the laser stickers stuck into a frame. Got St Kilda here, so obviously you've got your logo card, Nick Riewoldt, Lee Montagna. So you've got one for each player, Nick Del Santo. So they come up quite nice in those frames. As I said, they're not too hard to stick in. I think I've done pretty well getting them nice and evenly framed for all these cards. So we'll have full sets of these for sale on eBay and our quick sales shop. Now also with these cards, I think in the long run they actually may be even more collectible than the gold cards, based upon the fact that people are going to pull these stickers off. Some people won't peel the stickers off, and also there will be cards wrecked and thrown away by kids and so forth. And a lot of people won't go to the effort of actually sticking them into the frames, but they come up quite nice. Now with this set also, you've got your case cards. Same thing that Select have been running through the previous seasons. They're the 300 game case cards. Now there's 3 different versions of these in the basic case card, but there's also an autographed signature version of one of them. Now the 3 players are your Mick Martin, as I show here, Adam Goods, and John Newman, or as everyone knows him, Sam Newman. So on the back of them, obviously they're limited edition numbered, the 300 games, same as past seasons for these. So you've got your 3 different players. Now also you've got your signature version of the John Newman, Sam Newman card, which is limited to 50. Unfortunately I can't show you one of those here because I wasn't lucky enough to crack one of those out of a case. Very hard to come by. Have a look on eBay, I'm sure you'll find one for sale out there. But yeah, so these are the case cards. Same thing, same sort of style, same quality card, and they're a nice looking card, and if you've been collecting all the case cards through, they're an essential to keep adding to your collection. Now out of every case you're looking at pulling a set amount of inserts, because you've got the 12 boxes. Out of the case we cracked, we pulled right on the odds. You're getting basically 14 full sets of commons out of a case, more than one per box overall when you combine all your boxes. We pulled 288 laser cards, which basically you're doubling that for your gold and your laser stickers. Easily pulled out a full set of golds and a full set of laser stickers framed up. Best and fairest, you're pulling out 24, Rising Star 36, the milestone foils we pulled out 72. Now this set there's 74 in the set, so we actually didn't have any doubles, and we pulled up 2 cards short of a full set. Club trios, no doubles, you pulled out 12, so that's 5 cards short of a full set. The redemptions, 1 in every 72, so there should be 6 in the case. We pulled out 6 blue cards of those, no red ones. So basically everything was on the odds. This year also the champions have the official album. As per the last few years for Select product, Select are now doing these albums in a imitation leather look with the gold embossing on the front of them. They've got a strap around the front to strap it up, and they zip up. Yeah, so these are quite a nice album, the AFL one, done in the bright red. It's very distinctive for this year. Now obviously, over the mark, you pull that strap out. Good quality zip around. Now the difference this year with this set is it has all your sleeves inside there. Okay, so you've got enough sleeves in there to house your full common set. They've got a white finish on the inside, spaces for autographs with a pen there to grab your autographs. Not necessary for a lot of people, but just a different aspect to the folder. So yeah, they're a nice album, nice quality sleeves inside them, nice quality finish to it. So a good way to house your collection. So thanks for watching our product review of the 2012 AFL Champions. We'll have the 2012 NRL Champions product review coming soon. That product released in a couple of weeks' time. Overall, I think Select have done a great job with this Series 1 set. Love the packaging, love the quality of the cards, love all the inserts. I think they're fantastic. I think the DIY lasers and peel and reveal gold cards are a success. I think they work. I think the quality is fine and they're easy to do. The only thing I think Select may have fallen short with this series is maybe putting a redemption card in there for a signature, or possibly putting signatures directly into every couple of boxes or so. That's something they did last year in Champions, and I think that would have pushed this set right over the edge. But overall, I would give this set a fairly good rating. So I hope you enjoyed our product review. Go to our website, gamedaytradingcards.com. You can see a full written review and pictures of this set. And also go to our other website, gamedayshops.com, to start shopping for all your trading cards online. Have a look through our warehouse, our super warehouse of trading cards. You can search for all your trading cards by team, by set and so forth, and start enjoying the hobby today.